Hi, my name is Rory and this is episode 5 in a 5-part mini-series I'm doing on drawing the face. In this episode I'm going to show you the final step in drawing your character, how to draw hair. Alright, so when drawing human hair, to complete our characters, I'm going to show you one example of female hair and one example of male hair on this pretty upset looking chap, just to show you some of the conventions for drawing longer or shorter hair. So longer hair in general is a lot easier to show than shorter hair, so I'm going to start off with the woman. So what you want to do at first is just suggest the hairstyle. So she's going to have her hair come down with some bangs here, just showing with some guidelines where you want the blocks of hair to go. So it'll split there and then it'll fall down on this side of her face as well. No, excuse me, that's my phone. Just falling down on that side of her face there, and then at the top have the split come from the same part and just hover slightly above the head, because your hair is not slicked directly onto your skull. So it's important whenever you're drawing hair, even if it is slicked back, to have it slightly above the head. And she's going to have her ears sticking out because I drew them. So have that part of the hair down behind her ears and falling down behind her head. And the same on that side. So you have your basic lines where you want the hair to go. And then what I like to do is around the crown of the head, just with sketchy lines like that, indicate where the highlights on the hair are going to be, because hair is shaded and a lot of people have a tendency to make hair look very uniform, but it is a shaded three-dimensional object, so you should always remember to treat it as so. And then it's really just the case of, oh gosh, there's my phone again, apologies. And then it's just a case of drawing lines following this pattern to suggest the hairs. You're not going to draw every individual hair, but you are going to try and show where the hairs are falling, like that. And I like to have a defined edge to the hair. A lot of people don't, but personally I think it does a good job, especially if you're drawing in a sort of a comic booky style, which is what I would tend to do. I tend to do a kind of minimalist sort of comic book style of drawing. So there you have the hair just falling down towards the front, and then you do the same on the hair at the back and in around inside the head. Don't forget that hair again comes around behind the head, so it can be quite important to show that. And showing the part there, and it's really just a case of filling it in with quick light lines to show where the hair body is and just give it an overall texture of hair. And that is how you draw long hair, which is in general what you'll be using on a female character, like this one. And there you go. So she looks a lot better now that she's got her hair. And now to draw male hair. Male hair is a bit tougher to do. It's in general I tend to do longish hair on men, so I'd have it come down here over his eyes and give him bangs and stuff like that. But so to start off with, just give the suggestion of the shape. Now I'm going to be doing shorter hair, and this just so that I've shown you both styles. So I kind of give the indication of the hair coming away from the head. Then men have sideburns, they're like that quite often, and then you rise up just about enough that you think will give him a reasonable forehead, and just fill in the hairline over the top there, like that. And then finally you're going to want to, again, you have to look at this as in as a three-dimensional object. So the top of his head is there, So the hair will come up over the top of his head and out towards the camera, because a lot of people have their hair slicked up and forwards. So you just draw it up like that. I like to draw a point just so you can see where you're going to be coming from, and then it really is just a case of, again, filling in with lines, and you can break up the texture of the top of the head of the hairlines as you do it and bring them forward like that. And that would be how I tend to draw hair. And as you can see, the male hair is quite a bit tougher, so I tend not to draw styles like that. A lot of the time when I'm drawing a guy's hair, I'll just draw a quick head here. A lot of guys' hair, I would either have it come to the side like that, just because it can be a good deal easier to have a part in the hair, or something like that, and then have it come down around the jawline, and then do the same on this side, have it come down just a bit, and then you can have your highlight and then fill in the hairs like that around it. And hairstyles like that do have a tendency to be a lot easier to draw and therefore come across a lot better. But in the case where you do have to draw a hairstyle like that, then visualizing it as a 3D block shape is the best way to start things off. But in general, hairstyles like this one are a lot happier to draw. Because they're so much easier. And yeah, so that is the basics for drawing human hair. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed learning how to draw hair. And I hope you enjoyed the series as a whole. Don't forget to thumb the video and to subscribe. Thank you. Goodbye.